the Giants and the Eagles, that was a big rivalry game.
It is.
It is, and it still is. No matter how bad they are, it's still a big rivalry game. The next big rivalry game was the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Redskins. To me, the Eagles don't have a lot. I look at this game, the Eagles put everything on the table last week to beat the Cowboys. Everything to get. We gave everything we got. Overlooking that we have one more game left.
Right.
We got another game left. A game that Daniel Jones, who had over 300 yards passing, Saquon Barkley, five TDs, no Z's, no interception, and to me, finally, it shows that if he's not the best, he's one of the best running backs in the National Football League. Saquon Barkley, he's exciting. I mean, he's fast. He can
is he better than Zeke now?
He can run around you.
Yeah,
I mean,
today he is.
So, you know, I'm looking at that football game. I think the Giants are going to beat them. I really do. Because, you know, if I'm the Giants, you know how it is. We ain't got nothing to lose. You know, we're going to run a double reverse throwback to the quarterback.
Onside kick, your fake punch.
Really, fake punt. It's fourth and inches, and we in our territory. So what?
Because remember, the Giants coach is about to get fired.
They're going to let him go. So who cares? So I just feel like that the Giants will win this football game, and I feel like the Cowboys, I think the Cowboys will beat the rest.
Do you?
Oh, come on, Skip. Come on.
Well, convince me.
Well, first of all, the Cowboys are more talented, and I believe that the Cowboys have pride. They're at home. That's the big thing. They're in Dallas. It's the last regular season game. If we win, we got our own fate in our hands. You know, it's not like the game last week. That game was a big game, and I feel like Philly, to me, they overperformed, but they beat them. And I think the Cowboys beat themselves in a lot of ways, too. But this football game, the Cowboys are so much better than the Redskins. You know, I look at the Redskins is doing one thing very well. Bill Callahan ran the football. And you know what the Cowboys should do? Maybe we should hire him. Because I'm going to tell you, people look at...
He was there, wasn't
he? He was there. I'm going to tell you, he reminds me of... He's like a modern-day Hudson Houck.
He is. I agree with
Hudson Houck was the offensive line coach of the Cowboys. It was my offensive line coach, the Rams. We ran the football.
He's all-time great, right up there with Dante Scarnecchia.
Thank you, in New England, because they know how to run the football. They know how to get your guy. You know the big thing?
Scarnecchia?
Yeah, at the coach. He was at the coach. He was the coach with me.
No, but he was with SMU.
He was at SMU, right? He was at SMU. You're right. One thing about those guys, stay on your block. Stay on your block. They preach it. Stay on your block. I don't forget Hudson Houck, when I got hit in practice one day, he said, stop. He said, hey, told the lineman, how about I put you in the backfield? Let you get hit like that. Yeah. We're not hitting our backs. I'm like, hey, I like this guy.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm going with the New York Giants.
Well, I picked the Eagles, but I told Skip earlier, I would not be surprised if the Giants won this game, because if you look at the way they played the last couple of weeks, Saquon has gotten healthy. They gave Eli his coronation. They let him have the last start before 2 starts ago. Let him have his start at home. Let him go on his consolation prize. Hey, Eli, appreciate what you've done for this city, what you've done for this team. And but they played really well. And if you go back, Skip, the Eagles lost to Miami, and then they came home and they played the Giants. Played the Giants. Eli had them 17-3 at the half. And they had the Mountie Furious come back and they ended up winning that ball game. I think they won in overtime.
They did.
And then they last second they had to beat Washington with a rookie quarterback. Daniel Jones.
Case Keenum finished up that game.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, but no, Philly beat Washington with Dwayne Haskins. They finished up. Case Keenum finished up last week. But when you look at it, when you look at what I see with the Giants, they're a very competent offense. Now, defense leaves a lot to be desired. That's notwithstanding. But the question is, and we talked about this earlier, Edie, Skip, and I said, I'm not so sure that they didn't put all their eggs in an emotional basket against Dallas, because they knew if they didn't beat Dallas, nothing else mattered. And they got up. That was as good a game as I've seen the Eagles play all year. Next to the game that went on the road and they fell behind, 10-0, 14-0 to Green Bay, and they ended up winning that game. That might have been the best game that I've seen the Eagles play all year long, given the opponent and given what was at stake. So with that being said, I took the Eagles in a close ball game, 30-27. But if the Giants win, am I going to be like, man, where did that come from? No. But the Cowboys are gonna do a number on Washington. Yeah, they're gonna do a number on them. They're not that very good. They're not very good. So and Red gonna make it hard for Jerry to fire him. So he gonna hang 38 on him.
Yeah, you hope. So I'll be the first to admit, This year has been the most nightmarish roller coaster ride of my sports watching life. I believed in this team. I thought it was a Super Bowl team. I predicted it would win the NFC, and it has been favored in every game except the one at New England. 7-8? 7-8? You've been favored in every game except one? And I have, it has torn my guts out so many nights watching this team lose and have to deal with you on Monday morning that I'm shot. My psyche is shot to pieces where I'm done with them, and I believe they're done with the season. And I think you're going to see another flat, lifeless effort for my team from the kickoff. I am a big Bill Callahan fan, and I covered his Raiders team that made it to the Super Bowl in his first year as a head coach, replacing John Gruden. Obviously, they got embarrassed in the Super Bowl by Gruden's team,
right?
Tampa Bay, which was just a much better football team.
Yeah.
And they did know the quote-unquote signals. They were like running the plays before
it was Gruden's
offense. Gruden's offense. But the point is, I'm a big Bill Callahan fan, and I think he has it in for Dallas because I don't know why they let him go. I still don't get it because he did really well for them as their offensive line coach. I think Jerry thought he wanted too much money, whatever. They got crossways, sideways, and he's in Washington now. And if I'm the Redskins, I'm going to keep him. But I don't know that they will. He's still interim.
Yeah, the guys that are committed, like Hudson Houck, and you mentioned Scarnecchia, we had a guy named Alex Gibb who basically used his own running scheme. And
great.
Bruh, we good enough to buzz. We run it 25 times. I don't care what's going on. I don't care what you do, how good you are in running. We're going to run the ball.
Okay, but remember, players tend to love Bill Callahan.
Yeah.
They're going to play hard for him. That team hates the Cowboys, and they would like to send them home embarrassed again. So they would like nothing more as a group of players to go in there and win this football game. It's not going to do the franchise any good because it's going to knock them down and maybe out of the Chase Young chase, so to speak, with the number 2 overall pick, if in fact he's there at number 2. So the point is, Case Keenum will battle you. He is the shrewdest of veteran operators. And what did he do on opening day, Mr. Sharp at Philadelphia?
He threw a party against Philly.
He threw for 380 yards and 3 touchdowns and a sweet little backdoor cover that won me another case of Diet Dew. And that's what he is all about. He is most dangerous in games like this one. He did create the Minnesota Miracle that knocked the Saints out of the playoffs.
But Skip, here's the thing. His first 3 games were the best. He threw for 380, 221 against the Cowboys, 332 against the Bears. But only 3 times have he thrown for more than 170 yards, and he started 9 games. Hence, that's why Haskins is in. Skip, he can only do, look.
I'll do so much.
They're going to come get him. They're going to come get him. He's a small man, and the Cowboys are going to be playing for Red's job. So when it's time to come, Skip, what misery loves company. Now, that's what I'm saying about the Giants. That's why it's not going to be easy for Philadelphia. It's like, we're not going to the playoffs.
Y'all ain't going in.
Exactly. What y'all got going on Monday? Because we going home. Guess where y'all going Monday to?
Home with us.
I thought you said Carson Wentz is on a Hall of Fame arc.
Yeah.
You told me.
Skip.
So you're basically betting against Carson Wentz.
No, Skip. I picked the Eagles, but I know what the Giants represent, and I know teams that when they have nothing to lose.
Yeah, you're doing the classic disqualifier pick where you're saying, I won't be surprised.
I won't be.
Why he doing what you do? He's protecting himself. He's protecting himself.
I like to use the word like Skip Bannon says, caveat.
Yeah, he's protecting himself.
I think he's picking both teams.
No.
That's what he's doing.
No,
That's what outcomes
no. I picked the Cowboys to win 38-17.
No, you're picking both the Giants and the Eagles. I think the Eagles going to win, but don't be surprised. And then you make a stronger case for the Giants. And as soon as he started making his Giants case, you're like, yeah. I told you. I told you.
What did I tell you?
Right?
Hold on. I told you Monday when I came here, once I got past my gloating, once I got past my gleefulness, I told you, I said, Skip, I know they beat the Cowboys, but the Giants are going to be a different animal. Skip, you watch the Giants. You watch Saquon.
I've watched their defense. It's pathetic.
Yes.
It's even worse than my defense in Dallas, and mine's not very good.
But you make it seem like the Eagles, the steel curtain. I mean, they rolled up against the Cowboys, but that ain't saying much. They ain't saying much.
We couldn't get the ball in the end zone against that defense.
Oh, that's happened before with you guys.
Let me ask you this, Skip. Remember the first when the season started?
Yeah.
When they beat the Redskins, they beat the Giants
and Miami.
They beat Miami, and what they say?
You kept saying nobody.
We going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, we going to the Super Bowl. Now, okay, let's fast forward. You know, they have a chance to make the playoffs. So you telling me if the Dallas Cowboys win and the Giants win, So that means the Cowboys
Would make the playoffs.
they win the division.
Correct.
You not gonna be pulling for your Cowboys? Come on, Skip.
My team,
Come on, Skip.
wait a second.
Come on,
My
Skip.
team does not deserve a playoff game.
Well, let's go hypothetical.
It's been an embarrassment all year. It does not deserve it.
Let's just say whoever they play. Let's say they go there and beat them. They beat their first opponent.
It was Seattle. That means probably Seattle.
They beat their first opponent.
Well, I just told you. I think Seattle's going to beat San Francisco. It could be the 49ers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Let's say they beat them. Let's go hypothetical. Let's say they beat them at home. You wherever they play them. Will you be like, oh no, they're gonna lose?
No, it'd be at home. They're going to get a home playoff
Yeah,
game.
4-5 matchup.
So you tell me you would be
Let's
excited?
do the unhypothetical. What if the 49ers come to Jerry World and just annihilate Dallas, and it's like another 44-0, and it's an embarrassment, and it's miserable, and I have to come in here another Monday, and it meant nothing. It got me nowhere except maybe Jason Garrett will come back next year.
I want to see him win because I want to see the look on you. I want to see you pick your jersey up out the trash can, get your Dallas Cowboy hat, and put it back on.
Nah. Because now you're going to see the video of me with that cutout of Dak Prescott throwing him in the trash can. I got